We're here at Closutton Stables in County Carlow, home of Ireland's champion jumps trainer Willie Mullins. As usual at this time of the year, all roads from here lead to the Cheltenham Festival, and we'll be looking at some of his candidates for the big meeting. Sir Deschamps, he's won at Cheltenham twice already. He's heading back for the big one, the Betfred Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Yeah,
you must be looking forward to that.
I am. Like his recent form is improving all the time, and going across to Cheltenham, a place where he's 2 out of 2, loves the track. It's hard to know. I mean, you get normally good ground in Cheltenham. This year it could be different, but on his recent form, we'd have to say we're keen enough. We're going there with a fair bit of hope, So it's all to play for, and he's in good order. Showed his well-being.
Some of the Gold Cup fancies, people are questioning their stamina, but that shouldn't be a problem for Sir Deschamps.
I don't think so. No, he finishes well in Cheltenham all the time, and he's shown that he's lots of stamina. Just a concern this year, he's made a few mistakes. And I just hope he can, that's all gone out of his system by the time he gets to Cheltenham.
Now Fleming-Starr's asked to quicken on the near side. It's Sir Deschamps from Fleming-Starr. They're neck and neck. They've got 150 yards to go. It's Sir Deschamps and Davy Russell. Fleming-Starr, Andrew Lynch, the near side. It's Sir Deschamps on the far side. Sir Deschamps will win the Hennessy Gold Cup for the Leopardstown House Stud. Another big race for Willie Mullins.
What would it mean to Willie Mullins to win a Gold Cup?
Oh, it'd be lovely. No, obviously, as a trainer, you'd like to win the Grand National, the Gold Cup, and the Gold Cup would be high on my list of priorities, yes.
You've had a few tries over the years?
We've had a few near misses, and, Florida Pearl and Hedge Hunter. But that's it, if it's... You have to keep going and hope that we'll get one good enough to win it one day.
Do 2 fours today. Popcorn, did he eat up after work?
And how are plans shaping up for the novice chases at the festival?
Good. Once again, like our novice hurdlers, we seem to have a lot of stayers. Vesper Bell and Back in Focus and Boston Bob probably be considered for the 4 mile, but Back in Focus and Boston Bob are also in the RSA and could go there. Probably more than likely, that's where I'm going to aim those two until near the time. A Up Charlie has an entry there, but also the Juicing. And the way he jumps, I'd probably be preferring the shorter trip for him. Then come back to the Arkle. I think Twin Light and Arvika Ligeonniere are there. But both of those are also will be considered in the Juicing. So until we get down to the last week, but at the moment I would be thinking maybe Arvika for the Arkle. I don't know whether the Boston Bob and Back in Focus are going to give me most headaches, I think. Whether one will go out to the 4 mile or one will come back to the Juicing with A Up Charlie. And Charlie probably go for the Juicing. The way he jumps, he could actually go back to the Arkle, but I think the Juicing would be the right race for him. That's the way I think the novices are at the moment.
Mentioning Arvika Ligeonniere, how's he been since his fall at Leopardstown last time?
Arvika's been good. He's a horse that absolutely divided the third last in Leopardstown the time before that and didn't fall. He makes a simple mistake the other day. In fact, I thought he was over the fence. He just seemed to slip or something on landing and just tipped up. It looked very, very simple. So that was disappointing, but he was fine after it. So I don't have any worries, I think.
Simon said it'd be a bigger worry.
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be a tough race, that Arkle, but I think Arvika's a tough horse too. And I think we ran him in the Albert Bartlett, so he stays as well. He can gallop, and there'll be a right good gallop in that Arkle. So I'm happy enough that he's up to it.
Any plans for Mikael D'Haguenet?
Well, Mikael is himself. I mean, the one thing I like about him, he's been to Cheltenham and won. You'd like to bring a horse like that back. However, if he does go there, probably the juicing would be the race for him. But I was looking at our programme in Ireland, and we've got lots of nice novice chases that weren't there during the winter coming up for horse that don't go to Cheltenham, and we might just keep him at home, maybe try the Power Gold Cup in Fairyhouse. And there's a couple of other novice chases that he could have a good season with over here rather than going to Cheltenham.
The juvenile hurlers.
Yeah, we've got some nice juvenile hurlers. Cali, Blood Catil probably look the best. But then we've got Dagora and Fat Cat in the Hat, who came out and won their novice as well. Probably the first two looked like likely they'd go for the Triumph Hurdle, and the other two, one could go for the Fred Winter, and I've got Fat Cat in the Supreme Novice. I'll wait until the other day, but I'm going to keep him in, and we'll see how he gets treated maybe in the Fred Winter first.
He did well to win at Leopardstown the last time. I mean, the ground was terrible. He went off at a fair old lick.
Yeah, it shows that he stays well, which we were wondering on the flat. One or two of the flat jockeys who rode him said he didn't stay, but certainly showed he did. But maybe he's just maturing, and maybe maybe he enjoys hurdles better too.
Equus Maximus, one of the older horses in the yard, showing signs of life this season.
Yes, no, he's going to definitely go. I think Patrick was keen to ride him. He's a good jumper. He stays, and let's hope he can just bring his best game over there. And if he does, he's going to give Patrick a good ride, I think.
That's in the Fox Hunters.
Fox Hunters, yes, yeah.
Patrick might have another ride on Uncle Junior.
Yeah, I mean he's going to have a lot of weight, but he does like Cheltenham. He will love this trip, but he's probably going to have too much weight. But he's certainly a horse that knows his way around Cheltenham, so he's going to go there. Patrick, look forward to riding him as well. Yeah,
the cross-country races sort of turned him around, really, didn't they? He had been a bit disappointing up until he went that route.
Yeah, he had lots of URs. I don't think he ever fell, but he loses his jockeys all the time, and yet he loves this cross-country racing. And though he did UR Patrick there at the November or December meeting, I'm not sure. But mostly they've been good together. And, if you were going there, he's a horse you'd love to ride, I think, in it.
And a bit early to be sort of talking about the handicaps, but have you sort of any horses?
Well, Abbey Lane, after winning the Boyle Sports Hurdle, there's a nice bonus if we can win a race at the Cheltenham Festival. At the moment, I would have thought the County Hurdle, but he will get an entry in the Coral Hurdle as well. But we'll see what happens in England. But he will go there. Rattan will go for the County Hurdle as well. He has a good run back in November, I think, in Cheltenham. Disappointing after, but I think if the ground dries out, he'll come back to himself. And we might get a few in the handicap chases, like Apt Approach, maybe. Kellesbury, I don't know. He's in the Gold Cup. We were over there last year. We had to withdraw him at the last minute. He just wasn't right. And but he could go for a handicap either, one of the longer distance ones.
You have an outstanding record in the Weatherby's champion bumper. How's the team shaping up for this year?
I suppose we have, but we bring enough of them over from year to year. But I think we've, at the moment, we've 4 nice individuals. Union Jews, Clondaw Court, Sizing Hennessy and Briar Hill. You'd have to say probably Clondaw Court visually to look at has been the best. Then Union Jews came out and won 2 bumpers, one in the summer and then one in the winter in Navan, a good bumper in Navan. And he was very impressive. Sizing Tennessee has won his 2 bumpers by Robin Deschamps, and now he wasn't visually impressive the last day, but I think Patrick said to me after the race that he didn't want to go on with them that far out. He thinks he could have and still won and maybe made it very impressive, but he was happy enough keeping a hold of him, and then he showed plenty in the straight in very, very heavy ground in Goran on Tayeste's day. And Briar Hill hadn't shown me at home what he showed me on the racetrack. He was visually good as well. I don't know what that race was like, but he certainly put in the performance on the day, and I love horses that do it on the racetrack rather than do it at home. And, you know, so I think he's earned, at the moment he's going. So we'll see what happens.
And you're not going to try and point us in the right direction as to which might be the best of them?
I like Clondaw Court visually was the best, and I suppose we'll have to take that.
That concludes part 1. In part 2, Willie Mullins will be discussing his frontline contenders for the festival, including Hurricane Fly and Pont Alexander, Quevega.